property rights and their impacts in South African economy. Now consider you purchase a home, establish a business, or own a farmland, and you ask yourself, are my property rights well protected? This is a significant question in South Africa as property rights influence housing, farming, businesses, investment, and economic development. Section 25 of the Constitution protects property rights and prevents people from being unfairly deprived of their property. South Africa, however, has a land dispossession of unequal distribution of land history. Hence, rights need to be safeguarded and past injustices needs to be rectified through land reform. In our documentary, we are going to examine if property rights are properly secured in South Africa and its impact on the South African economy.
Section 25 of the Constitution is the foundation of property. It prevents land of deprivation and it also allows expropriation only for public purposes or interest, with just an equitable compensation. The property rights are not just for wealthy landowners, but they also protect rural communities who may not hold the formal title deeds, still have rights to land secure tenure. The Constitution aims to balance these two goals of protecting the owners while addressing the unequal land ownership.
South Africa's past makes property rights complex. Laws like the 1913 Land Act dispossessed millions. Since 1994, government has tried to land reform through reinstitution, redistribution, and tenure reform. The Reinstitution of Land Rights Act of 1994 gave communities a way to reclaim land lost under apartheid, but delays remain. In the Mwelasi case, the Constitutional Court criticized the slow progress in land reform. This shows that while rights are legally protected, many still struggle to access land fairly.
Another important issue is that the government can take private property for public use and for public good. Under the Taking Property Act of 2025, this must be done according to the Constitution and the law. Property owners must also be treated fairly. Strong property rights encourages farmers and investors to invest because they feel that their property is safe. However, fair land reform is also important because it gives people who were denied land in the past a chance to own a land. Therefore, South Africa needs both secure property rights and the land reform to support development and economic growth.
South Africa generally protects property rights through Section 25 of the Constitution. However, some communities still do not have secure land rights. Weak property security can reduce investment because people and businesses may be afraid of losing their property. At the same time, successful land reform is important to reduce inequality. Therefore, South Africa needs to balance private property rights with fair and effective land reform to support both economic growth and inequality.